Hello. Hello, my name is Cindy and I work for VIPKID and welcome to my channel. So I work for VIPKID. I also work for OutSchool and I do have an account with Cambly, but I haven't really done too much with it. And Your Teachable Moment. And I just got approved for Gogo Kid this week. So I hope you like my hat. This came in handy today because I didn't really want to do my hair, honestly. So I just stuck the hat on. Why not, right? So just kind of the kids smile when they see it. They open the camera and they think it's great. And I realized that this headset that I bought a couple weeks ago didn't work on my other computer, but it does work on this computer. So let me know how the sound is for you. And let's see. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for coming. Hello, Stephanie. And hello, Kathy Kelly. Thank you for coming. And Kelly. Hello. Kelly's been helping me out this week with the ups and downs for Gogo Kid. And hello, Luann. Thank you for coming. So great. Thank you. Kelly says it sounds good. Awesome. So Gogo Kid was interesting. Yeah, so it took me basically all week for Gogo Kid to get approved. And I did really like the process. It seemed really easy. I watched in some videos that they have streamlined the application process and everything. I felt it was very easy to go through. Teacher Lexi, she teaches a lot of different companies and she has a really good video that she just put out that if I had seen it first, it might have helped me out. But she mentioned some things in that video about the quiz. The quiz is a little tricky that you take to get approved. And also they didn't accept my video the first time. So I have a YouTube video on YouTube, the first video I made for Gogo Kid, and it was not accepted. So I'm going to make another video about on the second one. 1 week at Gogo Kid is fast. They rejected my videos and photos 3 times and it took over a month. Oh, wow. Huh. Interesting. I thought it was annoying, but it was, they didn't accept my video because, it kind of, I realized that when I made the video, it kind of cut off my head. Like right now, I was videoing it and it looked like I was in the box, but I realized when you go to iMovie, it kind of zeroes in. And so I fixed that. So that part, and then they wanted me to teach something in the video. So I did go back and forth a couple times with that. And then they also rejected my photos because it wasn't clear enough. So I had to redo the photo. One question I have is when I'm on the portal, it says that there's an ESL certification that you can get from Gogo Kid. I was going to ask about that and what you guys thought about it. I was going to read it a little more. Like I have the International Open Academy, TEFL, and I have the one from VIPKID, but I did not put that one on to Gogo Kid because I didn't pay the money to get the transferable one. I just got the free one from VIPKID. So I was going to ask about that, if that was something I should pursue or not. I got booked. I have Sundays open for VIPKID. I decided to take Sundays off. And since I had the openings, I figured I'm just going to go ahead and open some slots for tomorrow. So I have 2 classes for Gogo Kid tomorrow. And then I opened up 4. I got 2 booked and I'm just leaving it at 2. It's just to see how they go. And so that'll be tomorrow. I looked at the certification. It was super confusing, so I didn't do it. Oh, interesting. They accepted your VIPKID? Okay. Did you get the free one, Luann? Okay. Maybe I'll put my VIPKID one in then. So, yeah, I didn't really put the free one in because I didn't want to make any waves. Oh, cool. Okay. So maybe I'll do that. Awesome. I think it was a lot of work, but it said if for VIP Kid, it said you pay like $50 and it's transferable. But if it's free, then you just use it for VIP Kid, is what I understood. Awesome. So you guys helped me out today. Great. So OutSchool, I'm kind of stalling at OutSchool. Yeah, I printed mine out, Kelly, and it does. It does say VIP Kid on it. There is a way to download it. Okay. All right, I'll check into that again. But I printed mine out. It does say VIP Kid, and it's also, I don't know if I have it in here right now. Uh, I think I do. I have it right over here. So I'll show you. I did this. I printed it out way back when I got it the first time. It's the Teasel, right? Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe this is different. No, this is the Teasel. This is the one. See, it says VIP Kid here. And so you can't really like take it off. So that's my certification like that. Okay, so I'll check into that. You need to get a copy without VIP Kid on it. There is a way to download it. Okay, I'll check into that. Okay, thank you guys. So I will work on that so that I can put that on. But they got me on there and I'm good to go for tomorrow. I have to check into the classes. I have no idea what classes they are that I'm going to be doing and figure out what props I need to do. It's kind of weird to be in that beginning stages again, but it should be fine. So that's my story with GoGo. And I just figured it's good to have a second company, just in case, like everybody's saying. And so that's what we'll be doing. So I'm not sure, like Kelly did a whole video on how to get the $300 bonus. And the thing about it is I don't really want to sacrifice, my life with VIP Kid. And so I'm going to think about it and think about what I'm going to do because I don't want to open all the slots and then not get bookings. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to make this like more trouble than it's worth. And if I lose the money, like I could have been teaching and then I'm doing nothing. I make up the $300. So, oh, cool. Kelly and Danny are doing yoga. Awesome. And I wanted to report also that in one of Danny's classes, she has a PE class for the kids, and I might go ahead and sign my kids up. Yeah, I have to teach 30 to 37 classes at VIP Kid to get 300, right? Well, it's just I don't want to make it a trade-off. Like in the end, I'll make the same amount of money, and then I lose bookings along the way. I don't know, and all the confusion. So I'm going to think about it. But I opened up for the Frenzy Week, at least I opened up Sundays and the last class of the day. So I'll open up some, but I don't want to be going back and forth like, oh, I didn't get booked for that one, so I'll open a short notice, and then I'm going back and forth, and I'm not that confident that I can do that at this point in time. So I'm going to think about it. And I am kind of tired. Like I'm not feeling like the ninja warrior right now. So I don't really want to kill myself trying to do it. But I'll just figure it out, see if I can figure it out in my mind what I want to do. But anyway, yeah, so I hurt my arm in Danny's class, and it wasn't her fault by any means. It was just I was trying to keep up with the kids, and she was doing a great workout. It wasn't too hard or anything, but she had the kids do push-ups, and I was trying to say, if I can do it, you can do it kind of thing. And then I just tried to do some push-ups and hurt my arm. And this was way back like 3 months ago now. And my arm has been really, really hurting me. I even went to the urgent care about it. And I'm just really thankful that just this week I realized it's starting to feel okay. So I'm really thankful for that because I didn't want to be living with that pain the rest of my life. I think I probably hyperextended it, like maybe bruised the muscle or something. I'm not sure, but it hurt like crazy. And so I was just like, yesterday, I'm like, oh, oh, I can move it. I can still feel a little bit of a twinge, but it's healing and it's getting better. So that is awesome. Very awesome. So, and as far as out school right now, I'm in Lainey Goff's class. She has like a class that she's offering to help people like plan their classes and how to be successful on out school. And so that's really what I would like to do. Like if I could do 2 classes on out school a day instead of 100 classes for VIPKID and stuff, that might be better than, all these extra hours. Hello, Evelyn. Just finished washing dishes. Yay. Good job. Good job, Evelyn. Dishes. High five. Yeah, it's hard with little kids because you don't always have, you can't have them do all the dishes. I do have my kids do some chores, but um, yeah, when my kids were older, they did a lot of dishes. So I would like to be more successful in OutSchool. I really like the platform. I love the kids. But I've sort of dwindled in activity for my classes. I do have one girl, I had like a 4-week finger knitting class, and one girl has hung on. And so she wants to do a craft on Wednesday. She's adorable. She had her little sister there. I figured I'm going to do it if it's only one kid and I'm not really doing anything else. So, oh, wow, Evelyn, your living room's clean and your family is sleeping. Good for you. Yeah, that is awesome. That must feel really good. Nice and peaceful. And so, yeah, so I have a baking class come up. I have one boy that signed up. So I have a couple friends that I'm trying to get involved in that class, and he wants to learn how to do baking bread. So I'm going to have my boys doing it at the same time. I've not really done a class with them baking bread, and I have taught home ec in school. And so this will be good for their home ec class. Good job. Okay. Thank you, Kelly, for coming. Have fun in yoga. And I'm doing on Mondays, Micah has a exercise class on Mondays it's a VIPKID meetup. So it's free. It's in the event section if you want to go to it, and it does count for a VIPKID meetup. So last time I had a problem, my internet went out or something right in the middle of class. But it's pretty good class. You just, it's not too hard. You can adjust it if it's too much or not enough. You can kind of adjust it to what you're capable of doing. But I think we had maybe 20 to 30 people in the class last week. So that was really good. And just a way to meet up and try and do something for good health. And he does an overall workout, like you're going to get all parts of your body for it. And it's not too hard. Like I can do it. And for the push-ups, I took it easy. I don't want to overdo it with the push-ups. But other than that, it's just moving your body, and it's pretty good. And it's free. So it's really awesome. So that's something to consider if you would like to get active and doesn't cost anything. Love your hat. I was teaching Spanish class and we learned the word for hamburger, and Evan proudly put your hamburger hat on and we had a good laugh. Yeah. Yeah, he had it. I had it right in my room, and he was going to do his class in the kitchen area, but he ended up coming to my classroom. So that's awesome. He didn't tell me about that. He did make a little bit of a mess here, and I had to talk to him about that. But I could tell he was getting things out and moving things around. So that's great. Yeah, it worked out good for me today because I had 4 classes this morning, and I just wore the hat just because I didn't want to do my hair, and I just figured it would be a good laugh or whatever. And my third class today must have been a cancellation and a rebook because I had a trial class that I didn't expect. So I thought it was going to be a no-show. I got into the class and it said it was the first one, yellow, blue ball, bananas. So for that one, I have my trusty Curious George that I use for that trial. I have my bananas. I have a red apple. I have a blue ball that's in here. So I have no problem with that class. I've done that enough times, but there was no name there. So I was like, okay, I'm probably going to get a no-show. So I'm in there for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden it says switch your class. So I switched the class, and it was the lettuce lesson. I was not prepared for the lettuce lesson, honestly, but I had the hamburger hat already on, so that was really awesome. And then I used my Stars to Apples hamburger, if I can find it, hamburger reward. So this is really cool. You can hold it up like this, and you can just build your hamburger. So it has some of the same things in it that are in the salad lesson. Like you have the lettuce and you have the tomato. And so you can build a burger with your reward right there. So that's what I used for my trial class. I hope they liked it. But that was sort of on the fly because it was like, bam, you're in the salad class. So the hat worked out great though for that class. So the hat was really handy, and it's amazing how things can, fit in with each other. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I know there's a lot going on in our country right now, and I just wanted to say that we just need to keep praying. Whatever happens, we need to take it one day at a time. And, I'm glad that I do have the Lord, and I know that He can. Thank you for the thumbs up. I know that God will help us no matter what happens, and we need to keep that in mind. And another thing to keep in mind is to just don't lose your love for one another. Good, Evelyn. I woke up this morning, God told me, peace, be still. That's right. And, we need to be careful to love our neighbors. And, it's hard because we may disagree with them. And, maybe they're going to say things that offend us. And we're like, and we get upset. I was on a group discussion about church because there's a church in our town that some people got coronavirus and they closed the church down for a few weeks, which is fine. But I'm like, those very same people, we live in a small community. I'm sure those people went to Walmart. I'm sure those people had to get gas. And why do they blame the church for the outbreak? Like, people are like, why are people going to church nowadays? We don't need church. We have a pandemic. And I'm like, why are they going to Walmart then? I mean, I understand there's a germ, but I said there's always been germs. There will always be germs. But churches are where people connect with people. And this particular church I don't go to. I don't even know anybody that goes there, honestly. But I see what they do in the community. Like, they do help people in the community. And I'm sure they meet the needs for people. And the reason why people go is because they need fellowship. They need each other. Evelyn, I'm going to my best friend's baby shower today and she voted for Biden. I just wanted to bless her. I'm going to buy some diapers for her and the baby and give her a big hug. Amen. You know? And we can't, we don't know everything about what's going on, and we can't pretend we do. We can hope we know everything. We don't know everything. We don't know God's plan. And so we don't know if God's plan is that we go through hard times so that we can appreciate what we do have. We don't know what God's plan is. So we just need to take it one day at a time. And as far as this church goes, I'm like, I said to the people talking, I'm like, the church is essential for many people. And just because you don't go to church, people know Walmart is essential. They're like, we have to leave Walmart open. We need supplies. Well, some people need the church just like other people need Walmart. And so the church is essential, and the church is saving lives by helping people to be calm, by helping people to trust in God. And the church is saving lives by being a blessing to the community. So let's not blame the churches because somebody gets a germ. Okay, I don't want anybody to get the germ. I don't want anyone to get it, but nobody gives people germs on purpose. Nobody ever has. And I'm so tired of this thinking that it's people's fault because there's a germ. We think we know where the germ came from. We think we can take care of it, but we have had times where, I have a lot of kids in my family, and we have gotten germs from different people. One year we had lice. We had lice so bad. It was months. And I'm telling you, I was picking through the hair. We were cutting hair. We were like, us and another family, we kept kind of passing it around, I think. I don't know exactly what was going on, but it's a bug, it's a germ, it's life. This is the world we live in. When I had the lice, people were telling me that all of that, the potent stuff that you have to put in your hair to kill the bugs, the bugs were like living through that and they were coming out stronger. So here you think you're doing what you're supposed to do. Now I did that on my kid a couple times, and then I'm like, if we keep getting this lice, I don't want to keep putting poison on my kid's head. And so we ended up switching to a natural remedy. Lice is horrible. We switched to a natural remedy, and I feel like that worked better. And I felt better about it because I wasn't poisoning my kid. And I even went to the doctor. They gave prescription. I cried about it. I lost friends over it. I lost friends because of lice. And I have a friend down in Honduras, and I told him about it. I'm like, would you believe that people left the church because we couldn't get rid of the lice? It wasn't our fault. We tried. Every Saturday, of course, I would pick through their hair. So probably they were fine on Sunday, but they would come back, and it was just horrible. And it was so bad that every time I would have to sit and do my daughter's hair, we would both cry. We were crying and crying. It was so horrible. And I don't think it's because I'm a dirty person. I think it's because the bugs are supersonic, they're living through everything. And years later, I met people that said they had lice and they had it around the same time. I think a lot of people had it at that time, and not everyone was saying it, but it was like an infestation everywhere. And it was just horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. People, and one person, I said to this person, you know, Satan wants to get you to think about the lice and nothing else. And there are more things in this life to think about, and it's not deadly. Your kid is not going to die from it. And the person was like, you're right. The person said, you're right. I need to make this right with God and everything. But then it just took over. It took over. The whole thoughts took over, and they thought it was all my fault. And we weren't doing enough to get rid of it, which we were. But like I said, years later, I think so many people had it. I think, it was in way more abundant than we realized. But we ended up getting rid of it. And the natural remedy that I did was we mixed coconut oil with tea tree oil. We mixed that up, put that on the head, left it on like overnight. Left it on, like put like a plastic bag thing over my daughter's hair, left it on overnight, and the next day we washed her hair with vinegar and water, and it took like the grease out and everything. And I feel like that's what cured it. And that's all natural ingredients. So if you ever have lice, that's what I recommend. And you have to do it the first time you see any kind of signs of bugs, and then you have to do it 7 days later. And then to be really sure, do it again 7 days later, because they have like a life cycle that will perpetuate if you don't do it like the second time, and if you want to do it again the third time for extra measure. I got lice once in college and spent $90 on products and cut my hair. Yeah. And it's expensive. Like, that's why, like, coconut oil is not expensive. Tea tree oil isn't too bad. And you only use a little tiny bit of tea tree oil, and vinegar is cheap. So I don't know why they have all these really extravagant products. There was one lady at my church that she got it. Her kids went to the public school, and she has family that are into hairdressers, they're beauticians and everything. But there's a place that you could go and you could bring one kid and they would guarantee to get rid of the bugs, but it was like $100 per head. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So she still often feels unhappy. She said it's about a grateful heart, not about what you have. On the North Korean Girls channel, she said she thought that if she had strawberry milk, she would be the happiest person in the world. But now that she can eat anything she wants, she feels, interesting. She said it's about a grateful heart, not about what you have, like Madame Blueberry on Veggie Tales. I haven't seen that one in a while, but they have a lot of good lessons in those Veggie Tales. Very interesting thought. I agree. I agree. And I'm working on that in my life because I have a lot of changes right now. And, changes are hard. So I'm really thankful for VIP Kid. I'm thankful for all my teacher friends online. And it's really kept me going, like during, the coronavirus thing and all of the changes with that. But also I have got more changes in my life and other things going on in my life that I'm really thankful for this job. It's more to me than money. It's been a blessing to me, and to have the support from friends and all the new friends that we've made, and just encouraging each other, helping each other. I have really loved the videos by Yomi Park. And if you haven't seen them, Evelyn, I never had seen them. And then Evelyn did a reaction video about one of the videos that she did. And I went back and I watched some of her videos. I was very blown away. And I've told a lot of people about her. Then it turned out that I realized this was a video that I think it was 5 years ago was circulating. This girl had left North Korea, and then she went to South Korea, and then she came to America. But I think that video was when she went to South Korea and her first speech. And it was when knowing where she is now and going back and watching that speech again meant more to me. I understood it more. My husband and I lately have been talking about how much happier we are with our little family now. We both had very broken homes and were sad a lot as kids. That's a blessing that you can do that you have each other. And you've done well, Evelyn. You've done well to hold it together and to work together and make the best of a hard situation. and to share it with others. Sometimes I think people who share videos, like they're just sharing videos. But now that I make videos, I'm like, it takes a lot to be in the mindset to be able to share with other people a little bit about your life, and you want to look right, you want to present it right, and you want it really is, it takes an extra measure of, I don't know, something. So I do respect people more now that I'm doing what I'm doing, even though my videos aren't as awesome as some of the other videos I've seen. I'm working on it, and I realize how much of a commitment it is and how difficult it is sometimes to share your life with other people. And I am doing a lot of decluttering. I sent out some books and things to some different people. I had a few Pampered Chef items that I never used, and I put them on the marketplace, and I had sold a few of those. Not for a lot of, it's nice now because you can do Venmo. So I just did, the person sent me Venmo, and then she come and get the stuff. I just leave it out, she can come get it. So that works out really well. And so I'm trying to declutter, and I'm trying to kind of make life a little simpler if I can. I realize that a lot of the stuff that I have is mine. Like, it's not my kids, it's not them, it's me. I tried so many different things, and I've bought a lot of books and a lot of supplies. And so I'm just trying to cut down, cut down, cut down. And so my living room, I still don't have a couch, and I keep seeing nice ones on the free marketplace, but I'm like, no, no, don't do it. So I have been reorganizing. I built a shelf for toys. Wow, Evelyn. That is so awesome. You built your own shelf. I was thinking maybe I should get one more bookshelf. I'm not sure, because I do have a bunch of books that I still want to keep for now. But I have given a lot of books away. I gave Evelyn some like homeschooling books, and those are really hard to give away. But if she can use them, I'd rather have somebody use them. And my daughter has her own books, so if I go over there to read to the kids or whatever, I can just use her books. Assembled. Okay, that's okay. Assembling is good nowadays. Assembling is not that easy. So we have a bathroom that we've kind of almost done. We have like, my husband put in like the toilet. We had to like completely gut it out, take all the drywall off, and then we rebuilt it. So we have everything except for the shower done. So that my job was to paint and to get that situated so we can put it back together. So that was so awesome. Now we have 2 toilets, 2 sinks. That is a huge blessing. It's been a long time since that bathroom has been really unusable. Yeah, so we're just going to work on the shower. My husband wants to tile it, so we have to work on putting all the plumbing together for that, and then he's going to put that together. So that'll probably be in a little while. But the last couple days, we've been working on cutting up wood. We have lots of wood for the winter, so that's good. That's a really good way to heat, because if the power goes out or something happens, you still have heat, right? It's a Walmart shelf that comes in parts, and I put it together. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, I bought a shelf. It's like one of those wire shelves, and I had my kids put it together. And they were like, what do we do? I said, I don't know. Just here's the box. It's a homeschool project. So I had them put it together, and they were pretty proud of themselves. But I had them read the directions. I didn't help them at all. So that's what I can do, because my kids are older. I can let them do certain things. But like painting, I kind of did that myself. I'm like, I'm not interested in it looking like, you know. But there will be some painting projects I will let them help with. And so they did a lot of the wood this week, and they do a lot of stuff. But yeah, for the shelf, I just I said, figure it out, read the directions, and they did it. We did it. But I don't completely love the shelf because it's like a bookcase you have it's more enclosed. This one's all open and I have a lot of their homeschool stuff on there, so it kind of gets looking too raggedy. So we'll see what happens with that. But I kind of would like a regular bookshelf that I can put books on. So we'll see. Our hot water heater was leaking, and my husband returned it for a new one and the warranty and paid a couple of guys to help him disconnect haul and reconnect the new one. Awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do. And if you don't know how to do it, you can always go to YouTube nowadays. So that's really great. It saves a lot of money. Yeah, we've had to do that a few times. Replace water heaters. There's some things we can't do, like water pumps. Those are a little more difficult. But a water heater, we had to do that a few years ago as well. So it's good when you can do your own work. And for us, it's been kind of a necessity because we don't have the extra money to pay someone else to fix stuff. So then we have to figure it out. Like the bathroom upstairs, we were quoted several years ago now to redo that whole bathroom would be like $14,000. We're like, yeah, right. If I had $14,000, I would fix the bathroom myself and put it spread it out a little bit more than just, putting it into one bathroom. So, yeah, we only spent 100 instead of 600. Awesome. So I've used a painting. I used to have a painting obsession. I can't tell you how many colors have been on our walls. My kids are pro painters with practice. Yeah. I have a lot of colors that have been on my walls too. And the color I have in my living room right now, I'm like, not completely satisfied with. But I love the bathroom. The bathroom is like a really pretty blue, like robin egg blue. I think it looks really cool. I love it. So, yeah, I like to do my own stuff. And it's not perfect. Like my husband's like, "Well, I can see a little bit of the seam there." But he put the drywall up. He put the tape up. He mudded it and everything. And we sanded it. And I'm like, "It's not perfect. So what?" By the time we get done with the whole house, maybe we will be professionals because every inch of this house needs to be redone. So we'll see. And, we've had a lot of kids in here. It's taken a toll, a lot of wear and tear, but it's still here and we can pick away at it little by little. And yeah, my husband did not, Evelyn's super impressed that my husband knows how to drywall. He did not know how to drywall and he didn't want to learn how to drywall, but it was you know, either he learns or it doesn't get done. So he watched a bunch of videos and he figured it out. He did a really good job. Yeah. And so he actually did a really good job now that I think about it, because he did like, up toward some of the parts that are hard are the little things like up at the corners of the ceiling to the wall and just getting all the measurements perfect and everything like that. So yeah, he really didn't know how to drywall. When we were younger, we were bookworms. We went to school, we went to college, we knew everything about books. We were intellectuals. Then we get into real life and we realized, if we're going to live on a lower income, we're going to have to learn how to do a lot of things ourselves. We're not going to have the money to pay someone else to do these things. So he does a lot of our own car repairs and our own, you know, whatever upkeep for the cars that need upkeeping. And we do our own stuff. And there have been times that we've had other people help, but it's usually we help them as well. So there are a few things that we haven't done, but we try to learn what we can, and for us it saves money too. it saves money. So upstairs I have, well, we have 3 bedrooms upstairs. One I redid a month or so ago, and my daughter moved into that one. The other room I did part way, and then we have there's like a big hallway, and there's one big room that has to be completely redone that 2 of my boys are in. So I'm going to do that like one wall at a time because the walls are really damaged. So everything needs to be done in there, like the walls, the ceiling. So the goal is to just, declutter and keep decluttering and get things so that it's peaceful. And I don't feel like I'm got stuff everywhere. And that's the way it's been, I've collected a lot of stuff over the years. And being a teacher, like I was at my school last year and I had to bring everything home. I don't have a garage and I don't have a basement that's good for storage. So I really shouldn't have a lot of stuff, but for some reason, I just have a hard time letting go of my stuff. So that's the other thing I've been working on is just mindset, letting things go, try to be low stuff. Like I will show you what I have. This is my bookcase next to me. That a lot of this is cleaned out, but these are the books that I've kept and some yarn that I've kept. So there is a little bit of space on one of the shelves, but it's still messy. But I look at it and I'm like, I don't know if there's anything I can get rid of over there. So I'll just have to keep working at it and just every day get rid of a little bit more until I feel like I can feel like, okay. So, but I am painting, also doing my painting class, and tomorrow is my daughter's birthday, so we have a few people coming together and we're going to do a painting together. So that's kind of my release from let's not teach, let's not do learning new things about teaching, let's not clean the house, let's just zone out and let's do a painting. So that's kind of been my outlet recently, besides, homeschooling. But homeschooling, I'm having them kind of do a lot on their own. Years of collecting. I'm trying to remove 2 things and 1 thing coming in. I'm a clutter girl too. Years of collecting, yeah. Well, my mom, her house is really clean and neat and orderly and very nice, very nice. She's kind of one of those perfect housekeeper people, but she has a lot of stuff. And she had a basement that had a lot of stuff in it. And one year, she was away in Florida and her pipes froze and ruined most of her house. But her whole basement, they just threw everything away. So she got a whole big dumpster and they just threw everything in the dumpster. And she didn't have a chance to look at it. She didn't have a chance to wonder if she should give it away. And I just thought, that's kind of a good way to go. Just let it go, It's hard to go through everything and think about it. Should I keep it? Should I not keep it? And if you kind of have a tsunami come in and just take it all, you realize I don't really need all this stuff. But, I don't think I'm going to have that luxury of having I told her it's like a free clean out because they paid for it. Her insurance covered fixing the house. It was a lot of stress and a lot of trouble, but when it was all over, it was a good deal. So, but for me, I'll just go through each corner at a time and just work on the mindset of getting rid of stuff and being happy for empty spaces. My kitchen, I've tried to get rid of some pots and pans and some extra things that I don't really use all the time. And I need to keep doing that because I have kind of a small kitchen and I don't really need all of I'm watching The Minimal Mom and they're really awesome. They homeschool their Christians, very encouraging. And I love their mindset of they only have like one dish per person, and they have very few pots and pans, so that when you want to make something, you have to wash the dish. So that way you're not like piling dishes upon dishes. So if you have less dishes, people won't keep pulling out more dishes. You just wash what's in the sink and then use it again. And it kind of keeps things moving rather than piling up. So I love that. So I've gotten rid of a few pots and pans and everything. Um, but that's another area that I'm going to work on. Yeah. So, like if you have company, you could always use paper plates, right? Um, but if you want to keep enough for other people, just put them in another spot so that if company comes, you can grab them from another area instead of keeping them in the regular cabinet. And if you have kids, you know what it's like. They will grab bowls until there are no bowls left. They're not going to wash a dish and then use it unless they had to. So that's a really good idea. So getting rid of a lot of excess cups and mugs and dishes and pots and pans is another area that I'm going to have to work on. I remember I did do this a while back, like maybe a year ago, and I put free dishes, and I was surprised that people actually do want free dishes. And that way you also keep things out of the landfill as well. So anyway, so that's my life. We're decluttering, working, and taking it one day at a time. So I guess that's all I have to say today. And thank you guys for coming and watching. And I appreciate your support. And I look forward to seeing you guys again the next time. So thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.